school band perform the Orange High School fight song.
Welcome in, folks. Week 10 of the high school football season here on ChagrinValleyConference.com. The game of the week, well, one of them at least, because we are doing a doubleheader once again for you. Matchup between the home Orange Lions and the visiting West Geauga Wolverines here on CVC TV. Joined alongside AA Anthony Alford, I am Kyle Cornell on the call for you tonight. AA, a matchup with two teams we talked about a little bit, obviously, before the game with the coaches on the field. No playoff implications per se, but both teams younger, trying to build up their programs to be in that discussion for years ahead. Tonight, a good stepping stone towards that, too.
Yeah, and both of these teams are excited and ready to go here today. And I think what's interesting here, sometimes in matchups like this, you kind of pregame and how they're feeling during pregame is a little bit more important than most because you want to know who's motivated to play, who's excited, who's ready to go. We did our pregame hit, Kyle, and we heard noise, and I mean loud noise, from both teams. Orange told us they treated this week like they were 7-2, like this was a game week. And West G is coming out, quite honestly, they feel the same. And I even think right now, just the competitiveness, they're both coming out at the same time. Both of these teams, they're ready to finish their season strong and send their seniors off on a phenomenal foot for all they have done for their programs.
They talk about the seasons for both these teams. Mentioned not exactly where the coaches wanted it to be for the home Orange Lions, coming off a tough loss to Lutheran West, 55-14. They started the year 2 and when we had them in week 1 of this high school football season. A big win over Beechwood, a lot of momentum through 3 weeks, a winning record. But then, of course, now a 6-game losing streak, trying to right the ship now and finish with their 3rd win of the season tonight. On the other side, West Geauga, a couple weeks ago, we're talking about a possible playoff team, still in that groove, but unfortunately back-to-back losses, back-to-back shutouts coming at the hands of Perry, of course. We've seen them a few times this year do pretty well, and then also Lutheran West as well 2 weeks ago. So now for West G, it's really kind of about building back and getting to that pedigree they have. A 4th win would do that. Obviously still going to miss those playoffs, but a lot of potential really on both sidelines in AA. Obviously Orange looking into the future as well with some of those kids on the sidelines.
I thought it was interesting. Right before we came on the air, they did the senior day or senior night presentations with the football players and cheerleaders, and quite a few times the Beechwood game came up as like their favorite memory, their top memory, which is really cool. I mean, just to emphasize, first off, the importance of rivalries here. But, man, I'll tell you what, if they get a win here tonight, this could be up there as far as memories and sending things off nice. There's an interesting vibe here tonight, Kyle. This is going to be a pretty exciting football game.
It definitely should, as we're just moments away from kickoff here at Lewis Plank Stadium, beautiful Pepper Pike, Ohio. The home Orange Lions, of course, on, and they're all black uniforms, orange trim with the orange helmets. West Geauga with their Wolverine helmets. Maybe look a little bit familiar to that team up north if you're an Ohio State fan. Hate to bring back those memories for you the past couple of years, but nevertheless, all white jerseys too with those blue helmets.
We're a month away, don't worry.
There's still some time. Yeah, still some time. Gotta get through Penn State first this weekend, but excited for some more high school football in week 10 of the high school football season here in the great state of Ohio, and nothing like this, AA October football. Happy to be with you guys, of course, on ChagrinValleyConference.com. Elijah Gudger will be kicking the ball off for the Wolverines as we're about set to get underway. And that is a line drive, booming kick over the head and into the end zone of Cameron Evans. So let's bring the ball out and get things going for the Orange offense, of course, led by their starting quarterback, Alex Ford. We've seen him, of course, earlier this season, AA, dual threat kind of guy, can do a lot. He's going to have to tonight.
Yeah, and he's going to have to step up. And, again, senior leader of this team. He's been through a lot. He's been through a lot with this unit, but he is excited to lead this Orange offense. And we're going to see how they perform against a defense that lines up with 3 down linemen, 5 linebackers on the West G defense.
You know, that says speed in that linebacking
Yes,
core,
it
too.
does.
Trying to maybe match up with some of the athletes that we've seen for Orange as well, to be able to get out and make some moves. We'll see what the Orange do today, or what Orange does, rather, the Lions program here. Here we go. 1st and 10. And putting a man in motion. And it's going to be a direct snap, taking a big break for the first down and more, down past the 30-yard line. Solid run there by the Lions.
And that was Eli Robinson, number 3, who talked about at the beginning of the season, wanted to be that big playmaker. When we saw him back in week 1 against Beechwood, he was. And I'll tell you what, from what we've seen during the warm-ups, both of these coaches' staffs, they're going to leave it all out there. You're going to see, certain plays that you normally wouldn't see. The plays that the kids love to run, you're going to see those here tonight.
So, again, it's going to be Eli Robinson and then a shotgun. Seen him take more of the snaps, at least to start the game. And it'll be handoff up the middle and met by West G. Multiple defenders in on the inside. Led by 29 for the Wolverines. Of course, Mateo Denaragris there on the tackle, too.
West G, and you mentioned it, Kyle, at the very beginning, the type of defense they run, with the 5 linebackers they're lining up, and you see it immediately, just the speed of the defense. They're like, we're not going to have Robinson or anybody run up between the guard and tackle for the second play in a row.
Definitely not. Robinson, of course, taking over some of the quarterbacking duties now for the Lions. Trying to get the ball in his hands more, and this is why. Going to roll out to the left on that direct snap and take it past the 35, down to maybe the 36. I'm going to say maybe he just got just past the 35-yard line.
Again, just trying to get to that outside, Kyle. Little bit surprised Robinson cut the inside. I know that was probably the design of the play. But, again, it's tough running horizontal against this defense. Just the speed that's going to be out there. And now, 3rd and 7. I would like to say this is an obvious pass situation, but we'll see. You can still run on 3rd and 7.
Well, it appears that Robinson's going to be taking, at least for now, the majority of the snaps at quarterback. Again, trying to get the ball in his hands more. Again, an elite playmaker with some speed, and he can throw the ball a little bit too if he has to. And hand off on the inside. And, man, Dowdle got swollen up there and eventually spun down. Great tackle there. And by West G, that was Grady Zuricata who got in there and spun down at the end.
Yeah, I think what you had mentioned there with Robinson, number 3 in the backfield, try to surprise. But here we go, 4th and 9. Lined up to go for it.
Now give it a shot. Why not? It is the last week of the season. Is Robinson going to get the orders from the sideline? Well, no outs forward so far in this ball game. Robinson going to roll out to his right. Cut back inside. He's got some room to run. Robinson turns in, and he's near the first down, and I think he got just enough. Big carry by Eli Robinson for an Orange first down.
Man, that's going to be close, and yeah, they're ruling the first down. I'll tell you, it is so hard to make that open field tackle. It really is, just with the speed. You think you got him. It's so frustrating because you think he's right there at your grasp, and he just makes a little move and just goes. And a risk running it out 4th down to get it to first.
And senior quarterback Alex Ford on the sideline right now. Robinson's running the show in the shotgun. 2 wide to his right, 2 wide left, I should say. And Robinson's going to keep it up the middle and get swallowed up by West G. In on the tackle there. John Julian, one of the seniors, also way to make a stop.
That's right, sending the seniors off nice here. But again, so far to your point here, Kyle, all running attempts to this point, trying to keep the defense honest. Kind of saw the pressure on the opposite end, from the outside linebacker position for the defense. But, this is an interesting chess match to this point.
Well, you mentioned Coach Senor did say we're going to try some different looks today. We're going to try some things out, and that does mean Robinson in at quarterback for some time now as he's going to pass, throwing it to the outside. That ball smacked down. Solid defense there by West Geauga. A couple different defenders in to make that stop. So now 3rd and long. First pass attempt for Robinson in this first quarter. Known as the runner, to be able to make plays on the outside. But, hey, he can throw the ball a little bit, too.
And Kyle can't keep him honest unless you throw the football. But the defender handled that play perfectly. Get your hands up in the air, and you never know what could happen, when you do that. But it obviously affects the eyesight of Robinson. Sets up a 3rd and 11.
A long way to go. But we've seen already, they'll go for it on 4th and long if they have to, just try to get some positive yards on this play. A little bit of trickery on the handoff, and not much there for Orange. And Dowdle with the carry, and maybe lost the yard in the play double A.
And they were showing just massive amount of pressure as far as formations. Another 4th down here.
Now Robinson going to try and get some more magic again. Is trying to get some linemen to draw off sides. Not going to get a second play call from the sideline. Robinson rolling onto his right. Going to throw. He's got a receiver, and he overshoots his man. Just a little bit too long there. Just too much, and that's going to be a turnover. And now on downs, here we go. West Geauga's offense on the field.
That was an interesting first drive. Where, again, you had to be honest as far as defensive responsibilities. Just a little bit off. There is a slight breeze here tonight, but overall the breeze at this moment should not affect the passes, but just not able to get that connection, because that would have been very close to 6 if they were able to connect.
Well, so now we'll see Finn Keenum and this West Geauga offense take the field. Keenum, of course, sophomore quarterback. Shotgun snap, it's high. Keenum going to keep it, cut up the middle, gets bogged down and eventually brought down around the 40-yard line. Gain of maybe 1.
I think what's going to be interesting, Kyle, with, obviously, both of these teams not having the season that they want here, early adversity. How do both of these teams handle early adversity when they're facing it?
Keenan again going to hand it off up the middle, and nowhere to go for what in essence now is the 3rd-string running back, Christian Malika. The reason why double A we're missing Nico Kless. He was out in week 2 with that torn ACL, unfortunately. Then last week, Nasir Levy, the backup running back, also goes down with a torn ACL. It's unfortunate luck for this West G team that had a lot of goals at the beginning of the year with some senior leadership mixed in with some younger players, but just no one can stay healthy.
Yeah, a lot of talent there. Good kids, too, and Kless is senior as well.
He's going to look. He's going to throw over the middle. He's got a man. It's high, and it's caught. What a play by West Geauga. Phenomenal catch from number 9. That is Andrew Marino, and it's a 1st down.
Oh, that was a phenomenal catch by Marino. Phenomenal. Went all hands. Highest point to the football and got the 1st.
Okay, quick pass to the outside. Room to run. Cutting back in. He's got room, and it's in for an end zone touchdown. Hey, so nice. Did it twice. Marino with a good screenplay gets in for 6, and West Geauga takes the early lead.
We had their game last year against Chagrin Falls, and Andrew Marino in that contest, he was one of the outstanding playmakers for West G. He could create space, he could get out, he could obviously run routes and then get out in open space. Just give the man the football, and he'll make something happen.
Fantastic job by Marino. Gets West G on the board to start. Extra point on the way. And no, it's going to be a fake. Budger going to throw, and it's going to be caught, and it's good. We haven't seen that play in a minute.
They worked on that during warm-ups, Kyle. I'm not kidding. They worked on that during warm-ups. That exact formation, that exact layout, and we saw it, and it was executed just like that. I am not kidding. Well executed there by West G.
Phenomenal job to get the 2-point conversions. That means the score now sits at 8-0 with 6:18 to go in this first quarter. Well, you mentioned double-A. Trick play is going to be a thing we're going to see tonight from maybe both sides. On one side, Robinson running some quarterback. On the other side, we're seeing overhead flips into 2-point conversions and big pass plays. Be a fun night. Hey, it is high school football in October. Why wouldn't it be fun?
Exactly. Why not? And again, it has the spirit, the feel, a little bit of backyard football. You try all those plays out. You try them out. But I'm not kidding. That was practiced extensively during warm-ups while we were setting up for the broadcast, and it was executed perfectly. That was amazing.
So Daddle Robinson and the other running back back there, AJ Dowdle, I should say Cameron Evans, Senior receiver back for Orange to return after moving the ball a little bit in that first drive. A turnover on downs, and West Geauga takes advantage of fantastic field position. They started at the Orange 40-yard line, went on the field in just a handful of plays, and 2-point conversion to boot, too. Now have that 8-0 lead. A solid kickoff. That ball is going all the way back and into the end zone.
Oh, he has a leg.
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah.
Give credit where credit is due right there to Elijah Gudger. Again, he's just a junior, by the way, so you'll see him again next year.
Yeah.
For West G, and he's got an iron boot. Someone should check that shoe for a brick.
I'll tell you what, to be this impressive kicking the football, cooler temperatures tonight, that's very impressive.
Yeah, ball's not supposed to travel like that. And that being said, we talked about that first series, seeing again Eli Robinson, and now we're going to see the senior. Alex Ford is out there. And it will be 1st and 10 on their own 20 once again for Orange. Ford back into the ball game for the first time really tonight, actually, I should say. As he's going to take it and look to throw. Ford looking. He'll scramble. Up the middle, Ford cutting inside of the 25 down to the 26. 6 yards for Alex Ford, the senior.
Perfectly executed play there by Ford, just all around. Went through his progressions, didn't like what he saw, stepped up in the pocket, felt the presence of the pressure on the outside, went for the rush and slid. Slid down to protect himself. A picture-perfect quarterback scramble.
Well, you mentioned, obviously, we covered Orange in week 1, and we saw Eli Robinson have a good game, but Alex Ford was a big deal in that game, too. Surprising not to see him on the field at all in that first drive, but obviously Coach Tenor says, okay, enough's enough, so we want our quarterback in. Pitches the outside. That ball almost intercepted as Ford got nailed. Solid coverage by West Geauga. That was John Julian, who almost had a pick 6 if he could have held on to that football.
Yeah, miscommunication between Ford and Evans.
It's supposed to be a go-back route possibly, trying to come back into that play double way, and just never saw it.
Yeah, and, things that can't happen. Ringenbach, number 55, one of the star linemen, the left guard, had a little equipment issue. He had to go to the sidelines right now, so there's an adjustment on the offensive line for the Lions.
So now we'll see a 3rd down and about 4, called a long 3.5 for Ford in this offense. And that shotgun 3 wide to the left. Ford going to hand off to Dowdy. Bumbled the football there and actually got it back, and he's struck down and spiked into the ground.
Oh, my goodness.
What a tackle there. That was Quentin Artino, the junior, who got it and made the stop. What a play.
Got to make sure things are clean, and, we mentioned a little bit ago, with the weather, it's a colder football. We're only in the 50s. We joked and we had this game in week 1 that there were light jackets. Ain't no light jackets today. There's heavy coats out there. Complete difference of temp. Got to be locked in and focused.
Robinson going to take back over as the quarterback for this 4th down and now medium here, about 5 to 6 yards. And they are going to go for it. Robinson going to break out to the right. He's got room. He's actually going to punt it away, and that ball is going to go not very far at all. Robinson down as well. He may have got hit on the side there. He is going to work his way up, but that was a interesting punt for Orange. Thought maybe they were just going to go for it on 4th and 6. Again, it is week 10. Taking shots. They went for it on this side of the field before at 4th and 9 and actually got the first down with Robinson on a carry. This time he punts the ball away, and it only goes to maybe the 36-yard line. So, again, solid starting field position again for West Geauga.
Yeah, and that punt, I don't know if there was actual contact with Robinson, but it was partially blocked. It was why it didn't go that far. And like you said, Kyle, excellent field position for West G.
All right, so here we go again. Finn Keenan with 3 wide out to the right, with another solid start and field position for his team here. They're going to bring in the lineman and huddle up again. Little stoppage in play. As we mentioned, both these teams, West Geauga especially, very streaky this year. Lose 4, win 3, and now lose 2. For Orange, again, 2-1 to start to the season, but just 6-game losing streak coming into the game tonight. Just haven't been able to be consistent.
And unfortunately, sometimes that rolls on you quick, man.
They can. And what a bring down and stop on the option. Great read Big stop by Austin Thomas, who got there for a big tackle for a loss. The big man into the stop.
I think Austin Thomas is ready for WrestleMania. I mean, he's psyched up and ready to go.
What's your opinion of that German suplex, double A?
Oh, man.
Just brought him down. Keenan had nowhere to go. And honestly, neither did his running back there. It was kind of a lose-lose situation. Great read by that orange defensive line. Throwing over the middle. It's got a receiver. It's caught. He's breaking through and is into the end zone for a touchdown. Grady Ziricata with the score. And after the good stop, a huge 40-yard touchdown pass, second of the first quarter for Finn Keenan. And West Geauga now up 14-0 over the home Orange Lions.
I'll tell you what, first off, Keenan throws a really good football. He really good football. These last two drives, we've seen it. But this is what we talk about, overcoming adversity. And credit the Wolverines. Right after the big play, they said, hey, let's go deep and strike, and they get the touchdown.
Fantastic throw and catch.
Orange got to watch for the fake after what happened last time.
And this time it is going to be a normal extra point. It is up, and it is no good. Wide right. So, okay, traditional score now because they had a 2-point conversion the first time. It's 14-0.
How about that?
4 minutes to go here in this first quarter. Here, your CVC TV game of the week. Act 1. Hey, tomorrow night could be some playoff implications in our matchup. But we're going to have Independence visiting Trinity. Both teams in Division 6, Region 21. Depending on how tonight goes across Northeast Ohio, could be fighting for that 15th seed.
Could be, and, you know, there's an opportunity. Again, coming into Week 10, there are 14 CVC teams in contention for a playoff spot this weekend. So between tonight and tomorrow, you know, a lot of playoff implications on the line across Chagrin Valley Conference. And, of course, you want to check out chagrinvalleyconference.com, see all the scores throughout the CVC and everything going on, all the playoff races throughout the conference.
It's been a fantastic year of high school football, and there's a lot more playoff football to come here on chagrinvalleyconference.com. You mentioned double A, 14 teams in contention. My hunch, we're going to be calling some games for a little while longer. Yeah.
A lot of good teams spanning from Division 2 all the way down to Division 6.
Flexing that leg again. Unbelievable kick there. This line driving all the way through by Gudger, who just has a cannon for a leg. A little bit surprising. He missed the extra point, just a little bit wide right, but he had the distance.
Yeah, absolutely. Curious to see how the Lions respond. Here, of course, you know, the previous possession, there was miscommunication between Ford and Evans that almost led to a pick six. But see an offense that can't get things going, but the speed of this defense for the Wolverines, you know, they're going to force you to make a decision very, very quickly or else they'll make you pay.
So Ford back in the game at quarterback, Robinson out there as well. You got to think, too, for Coach Tino, you want both those guys on the field because they can make plays throwing, passing, running. You know, I said throwing and passing twice, but that's fine. I mean, they can do so much.
Use the football, throw.
Hey, yeah, literally. I mean, they just find ways catching as well. I'm sure Ford.
Punt, kick, pass.
And there it is, the pass from Ford to the outside. Flag coming in. And it's getting thrown on the backside of the play. It was a short gain. And that was Amir Barnes, the fullback, who was in the flat to make the catch, but that one may be going backwards. And it's going to be holding on Orange, so let's move it back.
Something to watch for, and I'm sure these officials are watching just the way this game is tracking and knowing the situation of this game, knowing that this is it for both of these teams after tonight. It's a very physical game here, and, you know, something that the officials are going to be watching here tonight. You know, these players, they're excited, they're ready to go, which is great, but they got to be smart as well and make sure they don't make an unnecessary mistake out there.
Definitely want to go out with a win for both of these clubs after seasons, like we mentioned, kind of been just growing, really, as two organizations, two schools here. It works like an organization. These guys obviously all connected through with different sports and everything, with the rosters being a bit smaller than the average.
Got eighth grade teams here tonight.
Yeah, everyone's showing up for this. Going to be a roll out to the right. This is Robinson. He's going to get brought down for a minimal gain.
I know it was a little bit of a slip up there. You mentioned organization, but just the grassroots. You got the eighth grade team for Orange. They're here tonight. For both of these teams, I believe for West G in particular, you got other assistant coaches here from from different sports, the winter sports. We know Michael Pica, for West G. He's going to be the freshman basketball coach.
We're not going to heckle him at all on the sideline when we do games later this year, right? We're just gonna...
We assured him he will be. We will trash talk him.
It's hard to miss him. He's like 7'12". He's a big dude.
No, but great.
I'm saying that. I'm 6'6". He's a big kid. He's big.
But great guy, though. Great guy for the kids, for the basketball program to have. But that the community that they have here for these teams.
We're going to dump it off on the right side. Some positive yards. Here we go, cutting back upfield and past the 20 to the 22-yard line for Orange. So they'll take that play. That was number 5 there. Again, Russell Ty. They get some positive net yards. Good to see from Orange.
Yeah, and great play call, too. You got the aggressive West G defense, so run the screen, slow things down. Give yourself an opportunity because, they have been coming in aggressively, these last couple of drives here.
First completion of the ball game for the Orange offense. Still setting up a 3rd down and long. About 8 yards to go. It's that 30-yard line for a first. Forward in the shotgun, looking to his left. Throwing, ball tipped and incomplete. Solid defense by West Geauga. It's been in the backfield all day long so far, AA. Again, just getting back there on those pass attempts and second tip ball we've seen so far.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, Artino, he was excited to get that break up. West G has a man back deep in case Orange does decide to punt. And they tried to last time with Robinson. It got partially blocked.
We'll see what happens this time around. As Robinson again is taking that snap. He does handle some of the punting duties as well, so it could be just, hey, if I have a view, I can go take off, I will, but if not, I'm going to punt it, and he will. That ball almost blocked. It's high and it's short, and it's taking a West Geauga bounce, and it's going to get down to about the 36-yard line. So, again, solid starting field position for West Geauga. They don't know what the other side of the 50 looks like right now.
And that's been the difference of this game so far, Kyle. You're absolutely right, is that the field positioning. The Wolverines have had the ultimate advantage. And to this point, Orange have tried some things offensively, but they have not had much sustained success moving the ball down the field.
There's a reason why you also notice too why punters usually line up about 10 to 15 yards back because they want that space to be able to load up and really kick it. But when you have Robinson take that snap, he has no space. So he's trying to maybe see if there's a view, maybe a lane to run. If not, he's trying to punt it away. That's why you see that pop-up happen. In 1st and 10, another big one from West Geauga breaking out to the outside, down to the 20. Solid carry by the Wolverines. And the first time that was Julian who got the big carry.
Just the speed from Julian. They're out there. Great blocking on the perimeter as well by the receivers.
16 yards and a West Geauga first down.
Just getting that explosive speed. They're getting big plays.
John Julian, of course, takes the handoff again up the middle. Julian cutting back inside, still on his feet. Can't go down. Gets brought down eventually after the 10-yard line down to about the 9 or the 8.
There he is again. And, they're going at it fast. And just several broken tackles.
12-yard gain and a first down. It's now 1st and goal inside the 10 at the 8-yard line. Maybe a throw, high throw. It is incomplete, just out of the reach of his receiver. Carson Wiseman was the intended receiver there, and just a little bit of a high throw from Keenan. One of the first times we've seen a ball that's a little bit off target.
Yeah, and covered there by number 12, Jamie Jordan, the junior, in that 4-2-5 defense for the Lions.
Keenan going to hand it. No, going to keep it himself. Cuts back the middle and scores. A read option play, and Finn Keenan gets in for the end zone, and there's a bit of a scuffle going down there. Just a block. Get tangled up a little bit.
But once again, Kyle, second straight drive? After Orange gets a big play defensively, West G immediately responds with a touchdown.
Finn Keenan with the rushing touchdown, his 3rd total touchdown of the first quarter. Keenan having a big night, of course. And you're going to see him around for a while. He's only a sophomore. And we're also going to see him on this play. Looks like it's going to be another 2-point conversion attempt.
A traditional 2-point conversion.
Yeah, no flipping allowed with the ball here. They're going to have a normal play as Keenan looks. He's going to get swarmed and brought down. This time Orange snuffs it out. And a great job by the Lions not to allow a 2-point, and that's where the score stands, 20-0. Here on ChagrinValleyConference.com, the Wolverines on top of the Lions.
That was great coverage defensively. And, you know, the secondary took care of business in the end zone, and then your linebackers and, you know, defensive line right up there to finish the job.
Yeah, great job by West G. Again, taking advantage of great field position, AA. I mean, starting on the 40, the 36, and the 36 of Orange so far in this game, taking advantage of that short field with ease.
And it starts, they're not giving a return either, you know, because of this kicker. I mean, every kick has gone into the end zone. So you got Eli Robinson, who's a threat with the football. He has not had a chance to get a return.
And since we're expecting another touchback, now's a good time to remind you of our presenting sponsor for CVC TV, of course, Ohio Center for Oral Facial and Implant Surgery. Dr. Keith Schneider, Don Lewis, and Jill Weber. Their specialties, of course, include dental surgery and implants, corrective jaw and facial surgery, and trauma reconstruction. For all of your oral surgery needs, visit the Ohio Center for Oral Facial and Implant Surgery website. That is at www.ohsurgery.com. Of course, thank you for your support of the Chagrin Valley Conference and CVC TV. Again, Evans, Robinson, Dowdle back, and it's a line drive bullet kick. This one's actually going to be returned. Solid hands in there by Robinson. He cuts back to the outside. He's still on his feet. Robinson's looking for a hole and brought down. Our first return of the night. Some chippiness here, and there's a flag that comes in late. Maybe a personal foul. We'll see how this is brought down with a late flag on the near side of the field here.
I was going to say, Orange already was going to have their best field position of the night.
Might get a little better.
But it depends on the penalty.
We'll see who gets penalized. And it's going to be on West Geauga, so we're going to move that ball. From right now, it's currently being placed at the 32, but it should get moved, and it will be. Got some guys doing bear crawls in the field, too.
I never did bear crawls for fun.
Worst workout.
Oh, my goodness.
That's how I hurt my knee at Tri-C.
Ooh, man.
Ugh. Nothing like doing bear crawls on a wet field with basketball shoes.
And man, your coaches know. They know when you don't do them correctly. Oh, man. They catch you every time.
Your teammates know it, too, because they make fun of you. You look silly, honestly. I'm not speaking from personal experience, of course.
Woo-wee.
It's hard getting down there. It's just so far. You see how far that is?
I can't really make that joke, but let's go ahead and call the first play.
I wasn't even going to bring that up, but you did. Double A is short. No, all right. First down. Ball tipped again. That one almost intercepted. That is the third tip pass of the first quarter.
And this defense is once again, Kyle, excellent fundamentals. They're getting the hands up, man. And, they're taking care of business.
Just phenomenal play inside by this defensive line. Taking it personally. It's been a tough year. Some injuries. We've mentioned two of the best skill players on West Geauga's team, Nico Kless and Nasir Levy. Out for the year, of course, with torn ACLs as the rain starts to fall a little bit here in Pepper Pike. And play being blown dead for a second here.
See if they're going to allow a substitution.
And John Julian looks like he's trying to get off the field. They will bring in Andrew Marino. Seen him catch that touchdown earlier. Of course, he's a key on the defensive side, too, playing corner. Here we go. 2nd and 10, near midfield. Lions trying to put together a drive. Robinson's going to keep it, spin back, and he's going to be in trouble and spun down. What a job by West Geauga's defense. And led right there by number 42. That's Brian Denneman, the sophomore who got into the stop.
Just the speed there, too. And now that, there's a little bit of a drizzle, not too much, but enough where, you might be able to slip on that field, on the turf.
Double A, it's a loss of 12 yards on the play, so it's going to be 3rd down and a mile when we get going in the second quarter of play. The score 20-0. The West Geauga Wolverines leading the Orange Lions here on CVC TV. Mention the score. We probably should talk about our scoreboard sponsor as well tonight. I want to thank Independence Business Supply. They're an Ohio-owned and operated company with full-service facilities here in Cleveland, capable of shipping supplies anywhere in the U.S. IBS is a business products dealer providing you with a single source for office products, facility and break room supplies, printing, promotional products, and furniture. You can visit orderibs.com to learn more about their products and amazing customer service.
Well, I'll say to this point, Kyle, obviously Wolverines, West G, they're taking care of business on all three phases. Offensively, responding with their, striking abilities down the field, defensively with their speed, and special teams barely allowing kick returns to this point.
Like it was a bullet.
I know, and Robinson almost couldn't get it.
Yeah, he had to bobble it.
To the point of the Lions, they're playing hard. They got good intentions. I think they just need to. It almost has to feel like they're trying to do a little bit too much. It's just right now, and at this moment, just operate the offense. Just operate the offense, because what's happening is, they're playing now behind the sticks, and it becomes a problem. Like again, right now, it's 3rd and 22, and they had good field position.
Both coaches on the field right now too, Coach Senor and company, as the rain starts to fall a little more steadily.
Yeah, now it's going to get interesting here, because now you're going to find out. I'll say to this point, the first, for the most part, almost the entire season, the weather conditions have been phenomenal on Friday nights. And, now it's coming down here, so.
There you go. We expected some rain at some point tonight, and we're getting it. I was hoping it was going to hold off a little bit later. But timeout called by Orange, their first of this first half. They have 2 more remaining. And again, Coach Senor and company not happy with the lineup. They're going to bring the squad back out.
Absolutely.
So here we go. Again, that's action, and it is a long 3rd down on the way for the Lions.
I think you can hear the rain, too.
And the ball slips out. Yep, right away. We see the results of that rain coming down. And
right on cue.
I think Orange is able to fall on that ball. And, man, just everything that can go wrong can. Ford could not hold on to the football, and that's going to be a 4th and long. And here comes Robinson back out, presumably, to try and punt the ball away again.
Yeah, and that's just been, there's so much talent on this Lions team. And just the misfortunes. And we'll see if it was 4th and 27, but deepest man back for West G is only like 10 yards deep or 15 yards deep.
And a flag coming in. Usually in the air of a false start. We'll see if that ball's going to move back further, and it will.
Now, C.J. Baker, the free safety for the Wolverines, now he's lined up in a traditional punt return position.
But you're still not going to see the traditional punt lineup for Orange. They will keep Robinson in that shotgun and kind of test the waters a little bit, see if he's got a lane, and then he'll just try to maybe jog a little few steps to the right or left and punt it away.
But Baker's job here is important. You don't see him on the screen. He's lined up at the 45-yard line. He's the deep man.
There's be a throw, and it's incomplete. He was going for the receiver there, Cameron Evans, and we said, again, that Robinson can throw the ball. He spun it pretty well, just out of the reach of Evans, who couldn't make the play, and it's going to be a turnover on downs, and that ball going to go all the way down to the 25-yard line of Orange. So West Geauga keeps their streak of starting the ball with the ball on offense on the other side of the 50 alive.
And that was a one-on-one matchup on the outside down the sideline, because obviously Baker may or may not have gotten there in time, lining up in a free safety position, but again, credit West G for handling business.
Here we go. West Geauga again, this time lining up in a power I formation for the first time tonight. Handoff on the inside, spinning, still running through, breaking to the right side, going through the end zone, touchdown, West Geauga.
That's incredible.
Solid run breaking through. Who else? Look at this carry here.
Look at the blocking.
Yep.
I mean, the blocking just take care of business. And
yep. John Julian said, see you later. He with the peace sign and got into the end zone for a score. Another one for the Wolverines, who now lead 26-0 here on CVC TV. 25 yards for a touchdown. Julian on the night. Fantastic. And just 3 carries, but 63 yards in that score. And that extra point does go through the uprights. It is good. That means the score now sits at 27-0. Wolverines trying to make a statement on Orange's senior night tonight. Their own crop of younger players on the Wolverines sideline stepping up and making big plays in this first half.
Absolutely, and you know, when you're up 27-0, this rain becomes very memorable. It's like it's just an extra piece of the puzzle. You're enjoying it. When you're down 27-0, the rain becomes very miserable, and you know you just. But again, it's early, and literally what you want if you're the Lions, and it's easier said than done, but literally all you want at this point is just one sustained drive, right? One drive. Maybe you just, you know, you run the football, you know, traditionally on first down, and you know you don't want to play behind the sticks, you know, the first set of downs. But again, that's if Orange was able to get a return. They got their first kick return. The previous kick, the remaining ones, have been driven into the end zone.
That's because Elijah and Gudger has been just absolutely pummeling the ball. Oh, the low line drive kick. It's going to be recovered there by Orange, and that was smacked right into the hands of number 9, Jacob Barco, who made the play. You can hear that smack from up here, double A.
Yeah, great awareness there by Bartow. Great awareness. Saw that line drive. It fell right down in the football. That's not an easy play to make, you know, if you're the up back at all. So for him to have the awareness, fall right down the football, grab it in, and get good field position for his football team, that's what you want to see.
Yep, so here we go. First down and 10. And, yeah, Orange, best starting field position of the game so far, on their own 42-yard line. Robinson going to roll out to the right, direct snap, and he's going to get brought down again. That solid defense on the right side by West G continues just to cover the entire length of the field.
Yeah, that was a excellent job there. Just look at those cats just, you know, slid off of the blocker and went right over to Robinson and made the play. That's perfectly how you play that.
Well, the benefits of having that 5 linebackers back there, double A, too, able to cover a lot of the field and take kind of the athletics side of things out of the way. Of course, Robinson has the speed advantage, but when you have 5 guys spread across, and someone's probably going to spy him as well because of his speed and ability to get out in space. It's been a great job so far by Westry to keep that in check. Dowdle on the inside. Matt immediately going to get brought down for a loss. E.J. Dowdle could not get anything going, so again, third down and long.
Yeah, and like you said, the linebackers they're just creative. Just the way this game is going right now, you know, since the start, you know, Orange has not been able to find an answer to get to second level.
Well, so here we go, third down and long again. Been a tough night for Dowdle. He actually has negative yardage through 5 carries.
Yeah.
Really, just give credit where credit's due with this West G defense, stepping up in big moments and taking advantage of dominance so far against that run game. Only 1 completion for Orange. Now 2 as that ball is spun out to the outside. Turning the corner as Dowdle gets tripped up and brought down at near the original line of scrimmage. Will give him about 3 yards and sets up a 4th and long again.
The way this defense is moving, they can cover all the way to Chagrin Boulevard behind us. I mean, it's just the speed and just, you know, we've said it more than enough times already, you know, through the first quarter and a half. that they're just flying to the football and laying it all out there. I mean, again, you only have a free safety lined up deep and your 2 corners. Everything else, you're committed to the run, and they have done an excellent job.
Here we go, 4th down and now about 11 on their own 41. Again, best starting field position, but Orange has not been able to get the ball past the original line to gain. Throws to be up. It's Evans, tipped and incomplete. Solid defense there. Marino was able to knock the ball down, and it's going to be a turnover on downs for the second time in this first half. West Geauga going to take over, and again, fantastic field position.
That was a fantastic football play there by Marino. Just drop it back deep, and then just getting up there, getting off the ground, putting his hands up, and getting that football down, highest point, and he made it happen again defensively. And he's the first one to jog out to the field, back out offense, ready to, for the Wolverines looking to extend this lead.
Well, you mentioned the energy that we saw really from both teams, but West G kind of stood out to us a little bit just from the standpoint of, it felt like it was still a super important game. As direct snap with the lineman.
Whoa,
he's taking a ball, bumbling, stumbling down past the 30, down to the 27-yard line. What a carry. Big number 55, Brody Gruber, the senior, with a direct snap.
Yeah.
Oh, my goodness.
Incredible there. Unfortunately, however, we do have an injury on the field. So, obviously, that is of great concern as they will attend to that.
That's the injured player. Mark this on the bingo card if you had this at home, folks.
Unbelievable.
Again, we have a senior lineman taking a direct snap and getting a 13-yard gain for a first down. Brody Gruber, again, 5'10", 275.
Wow.
That's a big boy down there with that first down run. He showed a little bit of agility as well. He works those ladders pretty well, I'd say.
I'll say this as young man from Orange able to sprint off the field.
That's big number 71 for the Lions there.
Xavier Winston.
Yeah, Xavier Winston, who got added in to our roster here before the game, too. And
but I'll tell you what, though. As short guy as I am, I don't want to tackle him.
No.
In like warm weather.
Would literally be, I don't know what I'd do in that situation. There's an almost 6 foot, nearly 300-pound monster just running at you with that just downhill. With speed, too, is getting in a look to throw. Throwing up. He's got outshot in the end zone. It is bobbled and incomplete. Deep
Good
down
match.
there. Yeah, wow, that was Gudger, I should say. We've seen him kick the ball well double-A, but couldn't bring that one in.
Yeah, sorry about that, Kyle.
No.
Great matchup there on the outside. And, once again, Jamie Jordan tested on that defense. He's showing what this game means to him, the junior cornerback. Just looking to be back on this team, a team that is building, this Orange team. A year ago, didn't have any wins. They built on it this year. And looking to build on it going into next season as well.
No, definitely. Julian going to get the handoff right side again. Same play he scored on previously and gets spun down and eventually tackled at about the 15. Should be enough for a first down.
West G is not letting off the gas. And time again in this game, when they've had an unsuccessful play, the following play, they've had a big gain. And that's just been the pattern, of this football game to this point.
Yeah, John Julian tonight so far, 4 carries, 78 yards in that touchdown. He's been very active on the offensive end as well as defensively, too. Handoff inside. It's the fullback. He cuts inside, back to the outside, spun, and reaches for a touchdown. West Geauga in again on a fantastic run to the outside. 15 yards for the score.
I believe Artino there, and I thought he lost the ball at the very end. I tried to reach over to the end zone.
Managed to hold on and get in for that score, though, double A. Impressive run for 15 yards. And the score now blowing to 33-0 with 7:06 to go in this first half. And again, on senior night here in Pepper Pike, we're seeing the Wolverines of West Geauga take control. More wind and more rain kicking up here, pending this extra point now. Snap good, hold down, kick is up, and it's a line drive off the crossbar and no good. Almost had a double doink, but that one just only a single one. And,
you don't want to see that with your kicker.
The wind is blowing from your right to left at your home screen there. Kicking into the wind, that ball was still just absolutely demolished.
Yeah.
That would have been good from 50 if it was straight.
Yeah, the distance was not the issue at all. But I'll tell you what, you're seeing on your screens here how hard the rain is starting to come down, and it's just it's steady. And what, the temps are in the 50s, but this ain't this ain't sunny in 50. This is
October weather in Northeast Ohio.
That's right. We're getting close and comfortable here with our production crew.
Oh, these rosters on the table are just soaked, by the way. I'm glad I printed extras, so we have some more for folks here. But, it's definitely mid to late October in Northeast Ohio, and this is par for the course this past week, too. Some rain throughout the area, so happy you're taking in some high school football with us tonight. Again, the score is 33-0. West Geauga has been able to get on top, but at this point, hey, everyone's staying here. Student section, bands, everyone's still hanging out.
I will make an observation. The wind has picked up the barbecue smell.
Just a bit, and that's going to be Robinson on the return. He cuts to the right side, turns upfield, and gets down past the 20 to about the 22-yard line, and that's where Orange will retake possession on the offensive end.
This is going to be a good night for everyone involved, players, coaches, fans, broadcasters, to have a good bowl of chili when this is all said and done. Soup, whatever it is. Because, man, it is coming to down.
I see the sun on top. I've got it on my little screen, but not my big screen.
And here we go, 1st and 10 on their own 22-yard line.
It's just you right now.
And it's a handoff up the middle. Man, just nothing going in and going right for this Orange offense. And, of course, that was the running back Dowdle, who just has not been able to get going at all.
But I'll tell you what, again, I'm sure this defense is loving life right now, enjoying, this weather is almost poetry, for this defense, just the way they've been flying to the football all night long.
Hey, remember pregame when you told me maybe it wasn't going to rain until about 10 o'clock?
No, you said that. I didn't shake on it. He said, it's not too bad out here. Okay, all right, bet.
So you guys spoke this into existence. You were talking with an assistant coach from Orange before the game started. Yeah, and, it's a great night. We're happy. And now we're bracing for the elements here as Ken Robinson at the carry on the outside.
Man.
Got about no gain. So third down and long coming up again for the Lions.
Well, what's crazy, too, about this weather, of course, this is all over Northeast Ohio. And for the 14 teams, actually we're going to see perhaps 2 of them tomorrow with Independence and Trinity. But for the other 12 teams that are competing for a playoff spot, maybe just to get into the playoffs or seeding tonight, this is obviously, they're facing this challenge as well.
So here we go, 3rd down and long. And it's going to be a handoff. Again, just nowhere to go for Dowdle. He's brought down, maybe got a half a yard, and I'm being generous. So another 4th down on the way.
I mean, we do want to thank Peter Tellup and the entire crew. We have a tent here tonight. So, thank you.
Now, the rain has had some other ideas. It's starting to go a little bit sideways.
Yeah, and all kidding aside, this is where, for the football game, this is where it becomes tricky because it is a lot cooler now. We got 3 returners lined up for West G off the screen, about the 40, 45-yard line. So, ball security is going to be huge, Kyle.
Right, Double A. And actually, like a traditional punting formation here is that ball is going to be punted away and over the head and a drop at the 45 and kick with a bit of an orange bounce. Almost got across the 50, but again, West G going to start on the Orange 47-yard line. Double A, they have not had a drive start on their own side of the field.
No.
West Geauga, they've been able to keep that ball literally the entire game on Orange's side.
And this is why these are one of these games you're going to look at. If you strictly look at the box score, you're going to just say, like, wait a minute, West G hasn't had that many yards, which is true. And that's to your point that they have not had a long, sustained drive down the field because the drives don't start on their side of the field.
I'm going to go on a limb and say if you have another offensive lineman maybe on your bingo card to get a carry, maybe for Elijah Milnar, maybe one of the other seniors to possibly get one.
Oh, man.
For now, we're going to stick to the traditional and keep Finn Keenan under center as the rain continues to blitz down. And Pepper Pike, and a timeout going to be called by West Geauga. It'll be their first. 2 timeouts remaining in this first half. 4:24 to go.
I just want to point out real quick, if you see right at the center of your screen, right at the 47-yard line, the referees are right above it. That's the football. They have a
Cover that baby. Like it's a claymore. Like it's a grenade on the field.
Yeah,
cover it up. Because you don't know what's going to happen.
This football, I'm not kidding, folks, right there at the 47-yard line, right at the foot of the official, that is a football.
Patel's got the football.
Yeah. See, there it is. Now it's wiped up,
okay.
dried up.
Magic trick. I thought Bunny was going to pop out, which was impressive.
And magically, the moment he pulled the towel for the football, the rain calmed down a little bit.
Just a bit. Wind still kind of blowing down there. Handoff out the middle, maybe a yard, but looks like back to the line of scrimmage for the running back there for West Geauga. That is Christian Malika.
I'll say this, good defense there for the Orange defense. If you're the Lions right now, obviously you've been faced with a lot of adversity in this game and really the season, and not having a win since week 3. This is your opportunity right here. Get a stop here, before halftime.
And up the middle, breaking through, still pushing is the fullback 33 there again. That is Quentin Artino, who spins down at about the 40 and lifts it up a 3rd and short.
And the toughest thing to this point, when it does get cold, when you have the rain involved, finishing the tackles, wrapping.
Both coaches talking about that pregame double A.
Absolutely.
One of the things we have to work on this game next year is just making tackles.
Absolutely.
We've seen West Geauga be able to do that pretty well in open space, too, for Orange. Again, just trying to stop these big plays on the ground from happening. A couple big pass plays to start the game before the rain started falling. And that snap comes down. It's out, but eventually picked up. And they threw the possession flag down there, but I think Keenan was able to fall on it.
So if you're the Lions, to this point, this is a win here. I mean, you forced the 4th down. Now, obviously, you got to be responsible here. Kind of the territory where it would actually be appropriate for West G to go for it, but they'll be at the 42. But to this point, if they can force that 4th down stop, you got an opportunity here if you're the Lions.
Hit him again under center, going to fake, going to roll out to his left, looking, throwing, it's a pass, and it's caught. And a 1st down and more, bringing it to the outside. Solid gain there by West Geauga, and you mentioned there was a chance to go for it, double A, and did just that.
Yeah, they did, and Orange tried to get their hands up, but, that was just a good pass. Good pass over the top, found a man on the flat. New fresh set of downs.
A solid gain. 14 yards for that 1st down. And again, West Geauga just keeps having answers when faced with any sort of adversity so far in this ballgame. 2:14 to go in the first half. And out the middle. Malika going to keep pushing, still on his feet, and eventually going to get brought down. Gain of about 8.
And even that was close enough. Very close for a 1st down. It's just a second effort, just to, if we don't track yards after contact, after first contact. This game, I'm sure those yardage are really, really high for the Wolverines.
It's been a fantastic game offensively and defensively so far for West G, looking to add more to it. Second and short in the red zone. And the ball maybe came out again. And wow, Orange got the football. So again, trouble on the snap, and it's recovered by Amir Barnes, the linebacker. So a turnover from West Geauga, and it's going to be Orange football.
Crazy things happen in Week 10. Crazy things happen. I'm curious with that handoff, and I don't know if the ball, because I thought initially, like, wait, the center never got the handoff. I don't know what happened, but snap didn't happen again. You got a wet football.
Seen that a couple times, Double A. Yeah, the snap, the process to get the ball moving, just not able to control it.
You got a minute 21.
I feel for the bands down there, too. This halftime show coming up.
Yeah.
It's going to be some tough sledding with this rain. They're going to power through it.
And, yeah, we'll hear the bands coming up at the half.
See if there could be some magic on that sideline. And rolling out, looking, throwing, in, incomplete. High throw. That was Robinson, who does not have a completion tonight.
I will say this, though. This one time at band camp, I did have to practice. No, you do have to practice in the rain, though, too, like at band camp. It's not fun. It's just not.
They just sprayed you with a hose if it wasn't raining at that point, right, Double A?
Ain't that the truth?
All right, cool.
If only it worked out that way,
I've
Kyle.
heard a few stories. They were mainly told in the 90s
Of
and
course.
early 2000s.
Of course.
And our younger folks that watch the program may not get that reference, but that's okay.
And if they don't, that's probably a good thing.
Oh, hey. Look up American Pie is all I'm saying. It's going to be 2nd and 10.
What does this rain have done?
Robinson again going to hand the ball off. Dowdle gets some positive yards for one of the first times tonight. Get maybe 3.
Looking to build some momentum, going into halftime. If you're the Lions, obviously this has been a really tough first half, for that football team. And, right now they're not really, they're not concerned about the clock. You're just worried about the operation of the offense, getting a positive play or two in before half.
Just 35 seconds taken away here in this first half. 33-0 the score you see on your screen. The West Geauga Wolverines leading the Orange Lions here on senior night for Orange. And Robinson going to roll to his left. He's going to keep it. Robinson cuts back inside. Going to have enough for a first down. One of the better positive plays we've seen, and the rain picks up again. 9th carry of the night for Robinson. This time goes for a first down.
Yeah, I don't believe Coach Signor is going to call time.
The clock does stop automatically, I believe, with a first down, Double A, but it should start again once the ball is placed. No towel needed for this one. And that clock is going to run down, and I think barring a sprint to the line here, they're going to head into halftime. Score at halftime for you. You can hear it's Lewis Black Stadium. 33-0. The West Geauga Wolverines leading the Orange Lions here on CVC TV. Night 1 of our final week of doubleheader action from Pepper Pike, Ohio. The rain's coming down. More second half action on the way. Stay with us in the meantime. Taking the bands, and we'll see you soon.
I just disconnected it and just did it again. And I'm disconnected the zoom ins and out. I'm still putting it back in there. So.
Ladies and gentlemen, Orange High School is proud to present the Orange High School Lion Marching Band. Under the direction of Mr. Brandon Duvall, Associate Director Mr. Jake Robinson, Lion Advisor Mrs. Robin Smith-Bonner, and student teacher Ms. Katie Johnson. Tonight we honor the senior class of 2024. We open our show with the song Old Town Road, released in 2019 by rapper Lil Nas X, who was later recorded as a remix with the Thomas superstar Billy Ray Cyrus. Sit back and enjoy the Lion Band's performance of Old Town Road.
I bet he's been bugging this coach all season. Coach, let me take a hand off. Let me take a hand off. Coach, let me take a hand off. I guarantee
2006 pop hit, Hips Don't Lie. Recorded by Colombian singer Shakira and Haitian rapper Wyclef Jean, Hips Don't Lie garnered worldwide acclaim, reaching #1 in 17 countries. We proudly present the Orange Lionettes and Hips Don't Lie.
Oh, thank you. Oh, thank you.
Next, the Lion Band presents Counting Stars. Recorded by the American pop rock band One Republic, Counting Stars reached the Billboard Top 10 in over 20 countries, and the music video has been viewed on YouTube 3.8 billion times. Look for the giant stars the Lion Band performs, Counting Stars.
This guy's pushing forward. I'm pushing.
Shut up. I'm pushing 32.
Band's journey throughout the show begins with a show dedicated to dance hits of the 70s. We then run a collection of songs from the Shrek franchise. Tonight's show featured music that was selected by our seniors. Now our journey has finally reached its destination. On the field, the Lion Band was moved into position for a final celebration of the class of 2024. And now, let's hear it one more time for the senior band members as they perform the OHS fight song, the Buckeye Battle Cry.
Welcome back in, folks. Halftime here at Lewis Black Stadium, Pepper Pike, Ohio. The score, 33-0. The West Geauga Wolverines leading the Orange Lions here on ChagrinValleyConference.com. Kyle Cornell, AA Anthony Alford on the call for you tonight. Part one of a two-part act in Week 10 of the high school football season here in the great state of Ohio. Of course, tomorrow night, Independence at Trinity. Possible playoff implications on the line for that matchup. Tonight, two teams, AA we mentioned before, kind of just not necessarily going through the motions, but having seasons where, again, we're building towards a future to talk about playoffs, that kind of thing. And in that first half, just West G just took care of the ball. They made plays until the end, of course, that fumble snap with the rain. Other than that, just both sides of the football able to dominate.
Absolutely. And, offensively, defensively, even special teams, taking care of business for West G. And you talked about it, Kyle, in the first half. During the pregame, there was a different type of energy from West Geauga during the pregame, where you could just tell that this was going to be a different type of football game for them. And their speed has been on full display. They've used the rain that showed up heavily in the second quarter to their advantage as well on defense. And West G, they're going to start this half. They're going to start it, up 33 points with a running clock.
Yeah, now the rain, for the most part, has subsided. You can talk a little about the halftime show, too. Both bands showing out tonight. People are used to our band commentary, usually.
Apparently that commentary is expected.
Yeah.
I will say this about them. Performing in the rain is actually really tough. Getting yourself motivated. But at the same time, for the band, I think they'd rather be out in the field performing than sitting in the stands.
Let's move.
Yeah, let's move. Let's warm up. Let's get things going here. But I think what's going to be interesting here in the second half here, season ends for both of these teams after this half. So if you're West G, how do you close this thing out? You mentioned, the second quarter didn't end the way they wanted it to end with the fumble. So they're looking to close this thing out strong. And for Orange, things have not gone your way, but you want to define your season right here, right now. Where do you build? And it starts right here, right now. Who's going to be motivated to go out there and finish the job and, put some points on the board? We're going to find out here in the second half.
Definitely is a cool 50 degrees in Pepper Pike, Ohio tonight, as the rain, as we mentioned, subsiding for now. Some more expected here shortly in the forecast. Crossing our fingers it holds off till the end of the ball game here.
Then 20 or so minutes after the broadcast ends as well.
Yeah, some time to, maybe actually get down to the cars and all that good stuff, too. Get the fans get home without to worry about driving to that downpour.
All right, we'll say an hour. We'll go an hour.
A solid hour.
Solid hour, please.
We're making a plea to Mother Nature here on the air, so hopefully she collaborates with us here with that. But we'll
who is taking advantage of the rain, though? The West G's defense. They are taking full advantage, again, the speed. We saw they're getting, operating.
The size, too. I mean, we talked about that on offense. We saw a 5'10", 275-pound senior offensive lineman run for a 13-yard gain in that first half.
Incredible.
I never thought I'd say that sentence anywhere.
You know what, though? You're a lineman, you get an opportunity to run the football. First off, you've been begging for a play all year long.
Let me touch the ball, Coach.
let me get the football
not
one time.
Not enough fumble. Not in special teams.
I want
to rush.
He's like, hand me the ball, and the coach will tease you every week. All right, we got a play for you. We got a package for you. But
Brody Gruber looked good.
He did.
He showed some agility there, had a bit of a cut back kind of on that run to the outside, and he got 13 yards. It was one of many long carries and big plays in that first half. And West G going to start with the football, too. While tailing down and going to be taken by the Wolverines this time. Getting through a tackle, still on his feet. A flag coming in late and tripped up, falls down at the 50-yard line. But so that play going to be coming back. Just lost his footing there. John Julian, who couldn't stay upright, but
Sure, Julian was, once things got going, he's like, oh, man, let's take a touchdown. But, Kyle, this is, see what the penalty is. This is going to be the first time in this game where the Wolverines is going to have to start on their own side of the field.
foreign territory for West Geauga tonight, starting on their own 20-yard line after that penalty. I believe it was a block in the back or a possible hold, so the ball got moved back a few yards. And
So as great as this game has been for West G, their last offensive play was a fumble, and then you have this penalty here now. So it's just, now if you're West G, as great as everything has been, you want to focus things back in and, get back on track here, of course.
So here we go, 1st and 10 on their own 20-yard line. That's right, first time tonight we're talking about West G hanging out. Carry on the right side. That's
a lineman,
that's
Kyle.
another lineman. Oh, my goodness. Is that 66? It might have been. Elijah Milnar. I called that, by the way, in the first half. He was going to get a carry at some point tonight. He did. And all Milnar did was run for a solid gain of about 8 yards. What's up with the lineman?
So that's the senior getting the football.
I love that.
His younger brother is the center, number 62.
Will he get a carry tonight? Yeah, pass to the outside. That is going to be caught by West Geauga and moving the chains for a first down. Number 2, Carson Wiseman on the catch.
He's had a pretty good game, pretty solid game for Wiseman, number 2.
Yep.
Good route there, off the slant there, was ready for the football, get a good, well-thrown ball, in there as well.
And Keenan doing a great job throwing that ball tonight. The first down carry on the right side brought down, solid tackle. That, of course, was Julian on the rush, about 4 yards.
And you can't say enough about Julian, the speed that he brings, and he's hard, again, to bring down. He's getting to second level almost every play.
It really is. And still seeing Keenan in. It's the beauty of having a sophomore quarterback. Reps help, of course, when you're building up the program. So he'll see some action. Keenan going to keep it himself. Back up the right side, spins through the tackle and gets the first down past the 40-yard line of Orange. So just like that, we're now in to familiar territory. That is Orange territory for West Geauga's offense.
We was going to see how West G was going to respond after the block in the back penalty on the kick return, and they have done so, and now lining up at the 39.
Time going to be called by the Lions. Going to be their first of the second half, 2 remaining. 9:54 to go in the third quarter, and again, another solid drive by West Geauga, moving the ball down the field, starting on their own 20. They're already on the Orange 39-yard line.
Absolutely, and they're handling business. Again, ChagrinValleyConference.com, big week across the Chagrin Valley Conference, all 4 divisions. 12 teams competing tonight for either a playoff spot to get into the playoffs or playoff seeding as well. And depending on tonight's results, our matchup tomorrow night, Independence against Trinity, that could be a win and in playoff game, depending on tonight's results.
We're crossing our fingers about keeping the rain away, but I want to cross my fingers and toes to make that game really important tomorrow night. It could be great for both those teams, too, that have had up and down seasons to get a shot to still play postseason football. Now, 1st and 10 on the Orange 39. It's going to be a run, and breaking through for a first down and more is the starting running back who got about 20 yards in the carry. That, of course, Christian Malika, who moved the ball down the field. Big run again.
And how cool is it for him? You mentioned, the injuries ahead of him. He's had to step into this big row, and to get a big run like that, and maybe he'll have an opportunity to get into the end zone.
Hey, West Geauga's moving. That's a very strong possibility. Instead, it's going to be a screen off to the left side. Caught. Marino cutting back inside. Breaking tackles, not going down, but eventually it took about 5 different Lions, but Marino brought down and around the 12-yard line. Give him 8 yards.
And for Andrew Marino, this will be his last game, one of the senior leaders of this team, and he has been an absolute stud, the entire time he's been with the Wolverines.
And look at what the carry. He's going to lower that shoulder and get brought down at about the 5. That will be a first down, and that means we're going to have first and goal.
He wants this, Kyle. he wants this end zone.
Think about Christian Malika, too. We talk about the two guys that were ahead of him, Nasir Levy and Nico Kless, both going down with major injuries this year, getting some time to run the football. And as a senior, too, you appreciate that. And want to almost reward coach for saying, yeah, I can trust you. Get in there and run for me. And with that carry, he breaks through and scores. Christian Malika with the touchdown. Almost taught it into existence, double A.
Yeah, and you know what though, and that's cool to see, man. That's cool to see. It's tough. Any position, you're not expected at all to step into that role at all year long. And
starting running back in high school football is an important position. You're expected to literally carry a lot of the load. Unless you do have a spread type offense, most teams in the CVC do run a lot of run-heavy offenses. So important proceedings there as the extra point is up, and that one's in the parking lot, and it's going to be good.
That actually did go to the parking lot. It was pretty close.
Gudger has a boot on him as well. It's going to be fun to watch him play some receiver in DB and also kick next year.
Absolutely.
Well, for this team. So the score now sits at 40-0. West Geauga on top of Orange. Tonight's score being senior night for the Lions. West G have a bad taste in their mouth from theirs. Of course, back-to-back shutout losses.
Right.
For the Wolverines, of course. Perry and Lutheran West. Lutheran West, the only school I think we haven't had.
Yeah, again,
at
tough.
CVC so far this year.
Tough schedule. Lutheran West
6-3 coming in tonight as well. Fantastic year for them.
Their
Tough division, yeah.
Absolutely. They're facing Chagrin Falls tonight. They are in the playoffs. Lutheran West looking to they can get as high up as the 10th seed if they beat Chagrin Falls tonight.
The old, you could go 7-3 or 8-2, and you may miss the playoffs. It's crazy how times have changed.
Those,
I was the Parma High kid, right? So the Parma schools. If one of those teams won 7 or 8 games, one, we were doing cartwheels in the hallway because it was impressive.
Oh, yeah.
2, yeah, being able to celebrate that as that kick again goes through the end zone for the 14th touchback of the night.
We keep this rate up, he might actually reach 14. No, again, he's been impressive. We saw him warm up before the game, and immediately it's like, man, this kid has a boot. He could, and the Wolverines haven't had to do this, but if he had to punt the ball, he could boot it too, because we was watching his punts.
Yeah.
And, he could boot it. It's just he hasn't had to punt.
There's a flag on the field that dropped at around the 35. Seeing what the official ruling is on that, but it looks like Orange is going to be heading back in a possibly an illegal block in the back, which is strange. Probably even a personal foul too, depending, because that ball was touchback. So originally going to start around the 20. Instead, we're going to march it back a little further.
Yeah, that's been the story of this football game. Just bad field position for the Orange Lions.
And the one time they had good field position double A, they started at their own 41. They got no yards.
Yeah.
Because the West G's defense just clamped down and made some solid plays back to back. And here we go, uphill battle for this offense once again. It's going to be dumped off by Ford. It's going to be caught. Solid juke move, but again, just nowhere to go. You mentioned the speed of West Geauga, just covering all of that down. Maybe a yard if they're lucky on the catch and run.
What you're hoping for when you face a defense like this, if you have the personnel, if the conditions are right, you're hoping nothing falls, and then you're also hoping that
yeah,
you're hoping that you're able to get something deep over the top. That's what you're going for. There was a play way back in the first quarter where they had an opportunity to go over the top, and they just didn't get it. But Orange is not able to get any success at second level.
Yeah, Ford almost dropped that snap. He's going to throw it out. That one's going to be caught, and a short gain as the wind now starting to pick up.
Yeah, we're going to be on holding duty here at this point. We got a crosswind that's going right across right across our backs, across your screens here, is picked up.
3rd and 7 on the way. And quiet night for Alex Ford. A couple of completions, but not a lot to show for it. As again, we talked about it. The team as a whole hanging on to just barely into the positives when it comes to yards.
Well, remember the game started with Robinson the entire first drive at quarterback.
Yeah, he actually had 5 carries for 24 yards on that first drive. Got a couple first downs, but couldn't capitalize on it. Their screen, that ball's going to get dumped down and caught. I believe a lineman caught that ball. No, they're actually going to say that was E.J. Dowdle, and there was a flag that I believe came in the middle part of that play. It was a screen. And yeah, it looked for a second that maybe it was David Regenbach, 56, the offensive lineman, but I believe Dowdle was the one that actually went down with the ball.
Yeah, I believe that's exactly what happened. The officials are discussing. Pretty decent conference. I will say, though, for the most part of this game, the Orange fans showed up here tonight. Their student section came here, pretty deep, for most of the first half. They're trying to hang on, with the weather.
Well, support for the seniors. Again, not the biggest senior class, only about 6. 7 if you're including the listed kicker on the roster, who has only been with the team for a short period of time. But, yeah, just embracing those 6 guys. Coach Senor talked to us before the game about kind of their role in all this, too, and trying to kind of grow this team. And obviously, now with it being, I believe.
So is it 3rd down or 4th? Is it 3rd down or 4th?
Should, I believe, be 4th. I've seen the punt unit out. Yeah, it should be 4th down.
Yeah, we'll see what the officials. It's not that our end. We'll see what the officials and what the teams are ruling after the penalty. I believe it is going to be 4th and 12 now.
Yep. So possibly illegal touching by the offensive lineman. I think Rigobach maybe tried to hand the ball off to Dowdle after he caught it.
Maybe.
To get that ball out, and that punt is going to be sent away. It's going to glide past the 35, take an orange bounce. Going to be returned on the left sideline and out of bounds by 11 there for the Wolverines. That was C.J. Baker, the senior.
Yeah, we're going to have a flag here, Kyle. Not a clean catch on a return.
Usually in the area, you have some sort of block in the back or hold, but we'll see what the official ruling is.
Or if they decide to pick it up.
Well, it's walking away. And they're moving that ball back a little bit, possibly. Orange's defense actually moving a little bit more. Yeah, so there you go. The ball is going to actually get placed at about the 47.5-yard line, but again, in Orange territory. All but one drive so far, and the one time they did start back at their own 20, West Geauga put together a long 80-yard drive to start the 3rd quarter. Offense again with a short field.
Absolutely. Going to go with 3 receivers lined up at the top here, Kyle?
Very much. Going to be a handoff, though, on the inside. Seen some second-unit guys make their way into the lineup here. Carey on the inside for West Geauga. That be number 22 with his first carry of the night, Bobby Barisi, sophomore.
Yeah,
Barisi, I should say.
Yeah, this is a great opportunity here. Of course, your goal if you're West G is to send these seniors off. And, now, you get these young guys in, and any time you get varsity minutes, it helps. And some of these guys we see right now will be varsity starters this time next year.
Carson Wiseman in the game now at quarterback. He's going to break left side. He's got some room to run. Wiseman usually starts on defense and plays some receiver. He's going to get some reps in at quarterback near a first down.
Yeah, I'm sure right now, you may see a couple of passes mixed in, but I expect 90% of the plays to be running plays the rest of the way here for the Wolverines. A team that, they have multiple coaches here from different sports, winter sports represented. And, I'm sure some of these kids you know, they're excited about playing football, but they're ready to move on to basketball or wrestling.
Handoff again up the middle and brought down. Solid defensive stand there, but I think it's going to be just enough for the first down. And Parisi had the carry, and they may actually say he was just short double.
Yeah.
Wow. I thought maybe he was able to get across that line, but instead it's going to be 4th and short.
I'll tell you what, Gissa Tanner made the play defensively, and he showed out when we had him against Beechwood back in week 1. And he was one of the main guys who made plays in that big-time game back in week 1.
Wiseman Parisi again. It's going to be Wiseman. He's going to cut back on the inside and get that first down on that 4th down conversion down to about the 31-yard line. Solid one by Carson Wiseman, the senior.
Great blocking to get up front, and that's something that's been impressive for these Wolverines. Get able to get good sound blocking, get to that second level, and just operate. And again, West G, just what you think, you know, like, you know.
Just keep it moving that chains. We talked about playoffs, of course, starting next week here in the state of Ohio. It's 1st and 10 on the 32-yard line. They'll carry up the middle for West Geauga. And you know some of the names we see obviously kind of trickle down, the Perrys, the Kirtwins, that kind of thing, that are expected to make some noise as we move into postseason play. We talked about it. 12 teams fighting for playoff spots tonight, possibly 2 more tomorrow in our second half of our doubleheader game of the week. Independence and Trinity being those 2 as well. A couple different teams that are kind of scattered throughout the CVC that can really make some noise and possibly put in some deep playoff runs this time around.
Well, I mean, we talked about who let that play happen there. We talked about Lutheran West.
Yeah.
Their team, they're Division III Region 10. They're the only team. They're out there. Their situation is interesting because they're going to face, if they go deep, they'll face a lot of Northwest Ohio teams.
So the Sandusky area.
Yeah,
you're going to see some of those teams. Perkins is one of those teams out there that's really good too. I think in I want to say Division 4.
Yeah, they'll get some of that. I'm curious to see. You know, you had the Geneva game.
Yeah.
How far they could go.
Geneva looked fantastic in that game, of course, taking it to Madison 42-21 last week.
But of course, also Madison, and that's the thing here. These playoffs, you know, Madison, you know, they're 7-2 coming into tonight. You know, they control their own destiny though. So if they lose tonight, they can still possibly get in, but they might be marked out as well. But
wow.
You know, that's how close these are. You know, we'll talk about some of these other playoff teams coming up in the 4th quarter because there's a lot of good ones.
Definitely is. That does end the 3rd frame here. Score 40-0. West Geauga on top of Orange here on your CVC TV game of the week. Again, night 1, of course. Night 2 tomorrow night going to be a matchup between Independence and Trinity. 2 teams AA we mentioned that are kind of on the fence right now. They're on the border. A lot has to go right for both of them tonight to be able to be talking about playing for a playoff spot. Of course, Division 6, Region 21, possibly 15 seed up for grabs tomorrow if things go right for both the Blue Devils.
Well, remember what we talked about with Independence. We had their game against Cuyahoga Heights a few weeks back.
Yeah.
And they started their season winless. And they only started their season winless because they were, and we'll talk more about this game in particular tomorrow, but they were pounded with injuries early in the season. Pounded with injuries. Remember they started, all 4 quarterbacks? The first 5 weeks of the season.
I don't want to say to them, but they called me. Listen, I'm 29. I can't do that. But, there was some talk at some point about
But they played well against Cuyahoga Heights, and we said at the end of that game on CVC TV, we said, look at their schedule. They have a favorable schedule. They can roll off some games here. They can get themselves in position of a playoff spot, and they have won every game since.
The offense averaged nearly 30 points a game, and then during this 3-game win streak they've been on too after that 0-6 start. They've been able to really find it. The defense playing well too, and they're coming right down to the stretch here with a possibility. It's been more back and forth with Trinity this season. We've seen some good, we've seen some bad, kind of spread out throughout the year, but also still in the same spot. Both teams have an opportunity. We caught Trinity obviously earlier in the year when they played Hawkins. Can Trinity, can they put it together?
because they've had issues stacking wins.
Yes.
You know, like you mentioned, they do well one week, and the schedule has a lot to do with it too. But can they put it all together tomorrow night? And I think, and if they can, then I think tomorrow night's game, it should be a very intriguing contest.
Two
tomorrow.
very evenly matched teams, and it's going to be an awesome game to have to close out our regular season here. Playoffs or not, both those teams still pride on the line regardless, and a chance to get 4 wins in a tough CVC conference. Third down and short. Wiseman going to keep himself and turn that corner, trying to get that first down. Stops, turns, and he gets spun down maybe just short of that first down. It's going to be 4th and short again. Coming up for West Geauga. They've already converted one of those 4th downs on this drive.
But I believe we got a flag here too, Kyle. That was good.
A chop block. You don't see that too often. A low block, of course, it's below the knee. That's going to move the ball back a good distance here. So there should be a replay of the down, but it's going to be a long 3rd down. Our head ref doing his best Michael Jackson impersonation and moonwalking backwards.
Yeah, that was pretty good. I was going to leave that alone. That was actually pretty good.
Hey, slow and steady, but he was doing a great job. It was good pace. Like, he did phenomenal with that.
You got to work off that Ray from the second quarter.
I saw him down there at the concession stand.
Hey,
I was
man.
like, hey, it's okay.
Hey, he was going, man.
I heard the hamburgers are great. You told me yourself.
Absolutely.
Power through 2 of those today.
Thank you.
You're a growing boy. You need your nutrition.
You know, the thing was, I was smelling the grill, from with the wind and stuff. The grill was coming here to the booth.
You're almost saying it called you.
It was.
Yeah, to spend money and to get those. It's going to be 3rd down and long. Wiseman up the middle, getting the old push from the offensive line. They're able to get a few more yards down to about the 30. Play being blown dead by some officials. So again, 4th down and let's say a short 8.
Yeah, I will say this though, Kyle. I have no problem at all spending money on concessions, knowing that the money's going back to the schools.
Yes.
You know, that it's gonna, because the concession workers everywhere across Sugar Valley Conference and all across high school football. These are long days for them too. They, a lot of the workers, a lot of them are volunteering parents.
Yeah.
Helping out their kids, helping out the program, and they put in the long hours to help out the student body, and hopefully $8 is like
you made your contribution,
something.
yeah. As Wise looked like he was going to throw, he's going to get brought down for a loss to the 37-yard line. That was big number 74, and then that got in and made the play. Brandon Wang, he's actually a junior, one of those big offensive linemen that's going to be back next time around.
And you right now, you even see his leadership, even right now, you can act the way, you want to when the score is not going your way. But when you are still showing positivity, when you're still doing the best you can, he's showing to his coaches right now, hey, rely on me next year to be one of the leaders of this team, starting with camp and everything that he's going to do.
Well, Ford going to trot back out, the senior quarterback in his finale as a Lion with a fairly decent field position, 1st and 10 on their own 36-yard line. The Lions trying to get into the end zone for the first time tonight. Ford shotgun, handoff, middle, hit again. Just the West Geauga defensive line has been absolutely dominant.
And we have not seen a lot of solo tackles for West G. It's been all really, game level tackles, multiple people getting to the football almost instantly. We're getting to the point of the game, Kyle. You start to think about these seniors on both sides of the football. You start to think about, there might be mixed emotions out there. It's hard to believe that for the most part, this might be the last time you put the pads on.
Very much. Handoff on the outside. And they're going to get spun down.
2 guys on the ball again.
They talked about it. No gain tackles, 50 with the carry there. That is Samuel Gissentanner. We talked about him. One of those seniors getting some work as a running back now. The beauty of senior night is going to be 3rd and long.
Yeah. West G's defense staying right on it.
A little upsetting we're not going to be able to see David. We possibly could see Henry Riggenbach get a carry.
Mate, we'll see.
Yeah, big
We'll
number
see.
55. Yeah, I wouldn't be too upset with that. And 3rd and long on the way. He's again in a big run. Gissentanner turning the corner. He's got room to run. The 30. And down at the 20-yard line. Put on the Jets. That is an offensive lineman, folks.
Look at this. Almost on cue, Kyle. Almost on cue.
Samuel Gissentanner takes it for a huge gain. Easily the biggest play of the night for the Orange Lions and some life. 45-yard run by the lineman.
And to be honest, there may be a part of that part of the team that says, "Who cares about the score?" That might be one of the memorable moments. You cannot take that memory back. All the offensive linemen we've seen today from both of these teams carry the football. You cannot take these memories back.
I think Gissentanner is the I believe that we will win chance. Coming down from the sideline. This time he snuffed out. Still on his feet, though. Gissentanner just not giving up. Almost wondered maybe if he's playing the wrong position with the ability to keep moving.
You're on defense. You're like, bro, why are you running the ball again?
That was our thing. We had the lineman run. And Orange is like, well, we can do that too.
Like, it's cold. My body hurts. I don't want to tackle a big lineman, man.
Most of the linemen on the team are all going to be underclassmen, so maybe we won't see any more linemen get those carries. But still,
I think he's still in the backfield.
Yeah, Gissentanner going to be that guy, looks like, for the rest of the game. 4 going to throw. It's an out route in the end zone. Tipped and incomplete. Cam Evans was the intended receiver. 3rd down on the way.
Well, I'll say this. That big run created a new light in this football game. It really did. It's just and that's what this sport is all about, man. That's what this is about. You put in all that work through a camp. You bet, coach. Hey, give me the ball. I want the ball one time.
Sam Gissentanner is.
I want the ball.
I know we're talking about the score, and obviously you want to win these kind of games, but at the same point, I mean, you never even really picture yourself being able in that position to having touched the football unless you're recovering a fumble.
And then when you see the wide open field, oh my goodness!
Oh, his eyes lit up. It might as well have been December 25th at that point, because yeah, it was Christmas. Forking to throw to the outside, out of the reach of his receiver, incomplete. Was looking out there, I believe, for Jordan. Yeah, Jamie Jordan was the intended receiver. So 4th down on the way. Predite. RPO to Gissentanner here.
Man.
Just let the big guy put his head down and get you 10 yards. See if he can do it one more time. A little more magic in those legs.
Well, I'm sure on West G's side as well, they want to end this season with that 0 on the scoreboard.
Yeah, they don't want to have any points here. Yeah.
This is a huge play, on both sides. I don't care what level of football you're talking about. Getting a shutout is very difficult. And they got an opportunity here. Clock is rolling. You would assume, this might be the last opportunity for Orange to get in the end zone.
And for the Wolverines, too, Double A, you mentioned coming off back-to-back shutout losses to Perry and Lutheran West, 34-0 and 12-0 last week. So a chance to get some points on the board and try and get their own shutout here. Is Orange going to take a timeout? Coach Sino wants to talk it over. He's got one more remaining, 4:07 to go in this ball game, 40-0, and a 4th and 10 from the 19-yard line of West Geauga. This is by far the furthest down the field that the Lions have gotten in this game. Want to try and capitalize, but a tough task with 4th and 10.
Absolutely, and that's why I love the timeout here. Just look. It's your opportunity. Get in the end zone, or at least get the first down. Of course, obviously they're at the 19, but the bigger picture is getting in the end zone and this is their opportunity to do so, perhaps the last opportunity for this football team to do this.
Hear me out. Triple reverse with Gisson Tanner throwing a touchdown. I'm going to Tony Romo this and see if it happens.
Maybe he throws a fleet flicker. Fleet flickers from the 19 doesn't work. Maybe he'll.
Well,
maybe if he pulls an Elijah Moore, goes back 20 yards, and then throws it from like the 40, then you may have something.
I guess Tanner's lining up on the line, so there goes that pipe dream. It's going to be a play. Oh, it is a reverse around, and Robinson's got a chance. He's got blockers in the front, turning upfield, trying to get that first down, cuts in, and is down at about the 6. I believe. I'm going to say, actually, no, the 9. I apologize about that. That's going to be right at about the line for a first down.
Yeah, that first down marker's right at the 9.
Oh, it's right there. Bit of an injury on the West G sideline on the tackle, but everyone okay. Everyone got up. Man, that is a great job. The ball was almost lost on the exchange from Amir Barnes.
I think we might have to get a measurement. See where I think they put the ball down. I think they're going to have. We're going to see here. West G has their offense on the side ready to go in. But the officials are waiting here, Kyle.
Yeah, they're going to talk it over, maybe let the teams go to the sidelines here. 3:46 to go. It was a big fourth down, and Robinson got very close to that first down to keep the drive alive for Orange on senior night, trying to get that ball into the end zone at least once before it's all said and done and the season's over, of course.
Honestly, Kyle, looking at this spot, I think this is going to be a first down.
Yeah, the way it is right now, it's at the 9-yard line, and the nose of the football is past it. And it looks like, I believe they sent
I think it is a first down.
Yeah, sent the defense back out for West GS. So, and no, I think actually.
Oh no, I was wrong.
Nope, it is going to be first down for the Wolverines.
Yeah.
Yep, so turnover on downs. It was that close.
My apologies.
For Robinson. Rolling out, faking the pass. He's in the back of the end zone, getting through and out. Still on his feet, and the ball came out, I believe.
Maybe.
But I think West G did fall on it. We'll see the official word here. Some craziness here in the final couple minutes.
You know, maintaining a shutout is not as easy as it seems. And even being that deep, and one of the challenges, too, you know, we mentioned the Wolverines have, you know, some of the younger guys there right now. In this type of situation, that is kind of a built-in pressure that the coaches want to see how you handle this.
Yeah.
You know, like, all right, you got a feisty defense that, you know, they have an opportunity here to perhaps do something. They're looking to strip the football. How are you going to handle protecting the football, you know, in cold weather?
Jackson Remley in the game now, the backup quarterback, the official backup quarterback. We saw some plays from Carson Wiseman in that spot. Handoff brought down. Is that going to be a safety? It's close, and I think they're going to mark him down at like the half-yard line. Just enough to stay out of the end zone, and Orange was that close to getting points. They have another shot on third down and long.
An inside blitz right between the center and guard that was not picked up.
They're going to say it wasn't a safety, again, to the chagrin of the student section and fans. The band booing two from that.
Band lined up on the track.
I think they're going to punt this on third down. Be trying to avoid giving up points.
They're looking to avoid the shutout.
Yeah,
I actually like this call. They're looking to avoid the shutout. So if you're
avoid giving up points in the safety.
Exactly. You're right. Yeah. You're right.
And the punt has gotten away, and that ball is going to take a bounce. Robinson's going to let it go. Did he touch that ball?
I hope he didn't.
I think they're going to say he didn't. Ball's going to get down at about the 46-yard line, so a solid punt. about 45, 46 yards in the punt. You'll take that in high school. And
Yeah, no replays until, at this level, unless you get to the state final.
yeah,
And then
which still boggles my mind, but that's
the fine folks at Spectrum will handle the replays. Let Dave Bacon break that down.
there you go. Oh, 1, 2, 3. I'm not counting. It's just how much time is left on the game clock. Again, Orange gets the ball back after coming up just short. Robinson did on that end around. One more chance to try and get points on the board, double
And
A.
this is going to be interesting here. Again, the clock is rolling here, so no stopping the clock or any sorts.
Yep, Ford going to drop back, looking. He's going to try and find a receiver, and it's going to be intercepted, and that's going to be returned down to the 48-yard line, and that is going to do it. Solid job on the outside on the INT. And that is Balin Semplak, the sophomore, who made a big play, and that's going to flip the script and end the ball game most likely here in Pepper Pike, Lewis Black Stadium.
Absolutely great effort defensively, getting the read. You know, Orange was trying to look for anything basically to get down the field. Created some drama a little bit there late. You know, again, just protecting. Try to prevent the shutout, and you get those dramatics. Of course, when you let your lineman run the football and get like a 30-yard gain, it gives you that.
Yeah, I guess Tanner had a fantastic run there to get some life back into these lines, but tough task. West G was all for it today, and Coach Tino and company going to fall to 2-8 on the season. Now, remember, last year Orange went 0-10, so we're talking about improvement here. He said it himself as well, pregame to us, double-A, that, takes some time to build. You can't take step 2 without taking step 1 first. Step 1 was getting a couple wins under their belt this season. Now you get to go back to the drawing board and find a way to keep improving and try and be a possible playoff team next year.
Absolutely, and, they were excited, ready to play here today. They mentioned that they had, a phenomenal week of practice. It felt like a big game, going in. It's just things fell apart a little bit early, and they were not able to recover. But, they have a very energetic coaching staff, Kyle, and, a lot of encouraging moments and opportunities here. And, Coach talked about it. Coach Senior talked about it. Like, most of these kids, they're going to play basketball, wrestling, do some other things during the winter and spring, build some competitiveness there, come back here for football next summer.
And one more kneel down for West Geauga, who's going to improve to 4-6, and again just got caught down on a couple of tough opponents the past few weeks in Perry, and a backflip to cap it all off as well. That was C.J. Baker, number 11, a senior, who got in there and did a backflip for.
I hope the student section camera crew got the backflips. I don't know if they got it.
They did, yeah. So again, West G going to improve to 4-6. Orange going to fall to 2-8. The Wolverines, of course, injuries and a tough test at the end of the season to find its way to a sub-500 record. But both teams, lots of room to grow. Double A, your final thoughts as we wrap up night 1 of 2 and the last doubleheader of the season when it comes to high school football for CVC TV.
We'll make it quick because of tomorrow's game. Again, Orange, we talked about it the last few minutes of the game. You start with step 1. They did this year. This obviously they didn't like the result tonight, but they have an opportunity here with basketball, wrestling. They can do some things, and then come back next summer and build. And maybe some of those kids who did not come out for football, who could come out, maybe they will come out, next summer. Maybe you might get some. If you're on the fence between Orange and Beechwood, maybe you can come on over to Orange. Kind of see what's going on there, and, see what's happening. West G, they treated this game like a championship game.
Yeah.
They treated this game, from the get-go, the speed of the defense stood out. And they prevented Orange from doing anything, on the field. And you could tell just when you do bear cross for fun, that tells me –
all you need to know.
Yeah, that tells me you're. That means you're locked in and ready to go. As they're still in my chair, that means we need to. That's that. I will say this real quick, Kyle. ChagrinValleyConference.com. Again, 12 teams in contention for a playoff spot here tonight. And Independence and Trinity, they're watching these games, trying to keep track of where potentially their playoff positioning could be heading into tomorrow. So again, ChagrinValleyConference.com. Check out the scoreboard on the website and, go from there.
You see West Geauga down there, too, celebrating those seniors in the middle, and what a season for them. Again, just falling a little bit short, doing some jumping jacks.
That's
staying
right.
warm down there. We're going to do the same, guys. I want to thank you so much for the broadcast tonight. 40-0 the final. The West Geauga Wolverines take out the Orange Lions here on senior night on the road. For Double A Anthony Alford, I'm Kyle Cornell. I want to thank all of our cast and crew for just hanging out and braving the elements, too, with us up here and taking things into their own hands and helping us kind of get that all.
And keeping his 10 up.
Tell you what, yeah, it stayed.
Yes, it did.
The wind, be darn there. We kept it up there, folks. That's going to do it. We'll catch you tomorrow night to wrap up the regular season of high school football in the Chagrin Valley Conference, CVC TV, Independence, Trinity tomorrow night. For tonight, though, we say goodnight.